Assalamu alaikum. This is Zahid Awan from Kansas, America, with my YouTube channel and Facebook channel, Global Affairs with Zahid Awan. Today, you will be surprised that why I'm doing my program in English. It's because I have some audience who can't understand Urdu or Punjabi, so I'm doing for them in English. I'm starting this new program with the name of Global Headlines. It will be every day and very specific short news from around the world. So let's start from America. Probably you was shocked yesterday and you was not believing on your eyes what you was watching on TV screens, what was happening in the United States Capitol building. Today things are calmed down and it seems like normal in Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C. But the president, Donald Trump, is under pressure by his own Republican Party. For the first time today, he appeared on the TV and condemned the violence at Capitol Hill and acknowledged election loss. One of his advisors said, "The president is in dark place." As resignations thin the ranks around him and calls grow for his removal. The president spent the day in the White House without access to the social media accounts that helped rock him to power. As advisor described him as increasingly angry and isolated. On the other hand, Congress confirmed Biden's win. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi called the President Trump to be removed from office. Joining a growing number of lawmakers pressing for President's ouster as he for the first time directly condemned riots who stormed the Capitol yesterday. The lawmakers are pressing to invoke the 25th Amendment of the Constitution. The 25th Amendment says that if the Vice President and a majority of the officers of the sitting cabinet secretaries decides that the President is unable to do the duties of his office, the Vice President can immediately take on the duties of the acting President. To officially remove the President, Congress would then vote and 2/3 of each chamber would be required to officially remove the President. If that threshold isn't reached, the President resumes office. President-elect Joe Biden appeared on TV today as well, and he called Trump supporters who attacked legislative complex insurrectionists, not protesters. He said, "Don't dare call them protesters." He said they were riots, mob, insurrectionists, domestic terrorists. It's that basic. It's that simple. You know, President Trump loves social media, but today, Facebook suspended Trump's indefinitely amid pressure on social media to clamp down. President regained use of his personal Twitter account Thursday after a temporary block and posted a video. Facebook Incorporation placed its harshest restrictions yet on President Trump, blocking him Thursday from posting indefinitely a day after the social media giant and its peers removed posts in the wake of the attack on the US Capitol by the pro-Trump. Facebook chief executives Mark Zuckerberg said in a post that the ban on Mr. Trump would last at least 2 weeks. Through the inauguration of President-elect Joe Biden, adding that the risks of his using this service during this period are simply too great. So now I will take you to Africa, and you will know that African Union is getting strong. And now an African passport is expected to roll out in 2021. What it will mean for South Africa, I don't know. The rollout of the new African Union passport is expected to take place in 2021 as part of the continent's African Continental Free Trade Area. Now I'll take you to Iran. You probably know former Iranian President Mohammad Ahmadinejad. On Thursday, he warned President Hassan Rouhani of what he called a new destructive war planned in Middle East and the Gulf. He asked the president, "I expect you, as President of Islamic Republic, to make every effort in this direction to prevent the outbreak of war." In the Middle East, the US military flew 2 B-52 bombers to the Middle East Thursday from their base in the United States. According to the defense officials in the region, they said, "We continue to see increasing levels of readiness across Iranian defensive system and continue to have indications of advanced planning for potential attack in Iraq, though it's unclear if when they may move forward with an attack." There is a broad sense of concern that adversaries could take advantage of the domestic turmoil in the US, but as for now, there is no indication of any elevated threat tied to the riots that took place at the Capitol in Washington on Wednesday. From Turkey. Turkey launched its 5th generation satellite, TurkSat 5A satellite, from a SpaceX base in United States of America, as it aims to provide TV broadcasting and communication services across 3 continents. With TurkSat 5A coming into service, it will add the Middle East and African continents to its coverage area in addition to East and West. From Pakistan. Pakistan on Thursday conducted a successful test flight of a domestic developed guided multi-launch rocket system. It called the Fateh-1 rocket system. The Fateh-1 rocket system is capable of delivering a conventional warhead up to the range of 140 kilometers, nearly 87 miles. Last February, Islamabad carried out a successful test of its Ra'at-2 cruise missile. A month earlier, Pakistan tested the Ghaznavi ballistic missile, which has a range of 290 kilometers, 180 miles, just days after India tested its submarine-launched K-4 ballistic missile. The flare-up in tensions has sparked fears of fresh arms race in South Asia. Most of the people probably forget what's going on with the farmers in India, but I will update you on that too. That Indian farmers Government failed to end deadlock over farm laws. Both sides are trying to reach an agreement on the farmers' demand that new agriculture reform laws be repealed, but talks have failed 7 times so far. It's up to the government whether it wants to solve the farmers' problem. We will not end our protest until our demands are met. It was stated by Hanan Mollah, a leader of the farmers. So, back to the North America, our neighbor, Mexico, offered political asylum to Julian Assange. Mexico's president, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, welcomed the British court's rejection of US request to extradite the 49-year-old Australian due to the risk of suicide, calling it Trump of justice. One good news for the victims of Boeing 737 MAX aircraft. Boeing will pay $2.5 billion to settle a criminal conspiracy charges for misleading regulators about the safety of its 737 MAX aircraft, which suffered 2 deadly crashes shortly after entering airline service. The Justice Department said Thursday that the Boeing agreed to settlement, which includes money for the crash victims, families, airline customers, and criminal fine. This is the end of Global Headlines today. I will see you with more news tomorrow. Allah Hafiz.